If me and you were sitting at a coffee table, say we were sitting together at McDonald's or something, and I asked you to tell me truthfully, what do you want in life? If you had to summarize it in two things, in two sentences, what would you say? The truth is, we would all have a similar answer. We would say we want a submissive feminine woman who obeys us, and we want other men to fear us. Isn't that right? Isn't that what you want if you boil it down to the core, to the bones? You want to be strong and big and muscly so other men can respect and fear you. And you want to be rich and powerful so women obey and respect you. That's what you want. But imagine telling that to a random person. Not me, because I'm like a really nice guy, obviously. But if you tell that to someone else, how are they going to react? They're going to look at you like you're a damn psychopath. In this modern world, men aren't allowed to follow their natural instincts. You're not allowed to want what you truly want. You have to live in denial of the truth. That's the only way you're going to be able to get along with the world. That's the only way you'll be able to keep your job, essentially. I mean, at this point, you can't even do the most simple things. Like, you can't go up to a woman in the street and, try to talk to her, compliment her, and ask her to marry you. Now, that's seen today as harassment. Go try that right now. The people around you, if you're in a shopping center, wherever you are, will look at you like you're crazy. Now, the men are just jealous. The women don't care as much. It's mainly the men. They just get jealous and, they try to put on this virtue of like, oh, that guy's so creepy. He's just talking to random women. What's wrong with him? When that is one of the most primal things that people do. That's the reason there are people in the first place. Men walking up to women and starting a life with them. That's all it is. And now we're not allowed to pursue that. So what are we even allowed to do? We're not allowed to pursue our natural instincts in any way, shape, or form. You have to, if you want to go out and you want to be accepted, you have to become a pussy. And it's pretty sad for me to see because that's exactly what a lot of men are doing. Like a lot of guys on my comments, they're commenting some absurd pussy things like, whatever a woman does, you have to assume it's right. And they try to use Islam to back it up. These guys are acting like this to be accepted by the society. But if you're a Muslim man like me, you're a masculine Muslim traditional man, there's no place for you in this world. That's why many of us don't even go out. Most of the men I know in my demographic, they don't even leave the house. And I'm serious about this. They might just go to work. If they're working a full-time job, they'll go to work. But that's it. They won't do anything else with their life. Because as soon as you walk out that door, you are seen as a threat to society. That's the truth. We are the men who create life. Like, sure, it's women who give birth, but we create life. We build this entire world. Isn't that crazy? But I want you to tell me, how are you actually coping? 90% of you are just becoming pussies and you're acting like a pussy. This is your mask. Ironically, that actually does make you a pussy. But the point is, I want to know, if you manage to retain your masculinity, what do you do? Maybe your safe place is the gym or the mosque, and I respect that, obviously. But it just almost seems impossible these days. I can tell you what I do. The only reason I've stayed who I am, even though everybody in the street will hate me for being myself, is because of Islam. Islam, it tells men to be men. It tells us to be truthful. The way I live my life is, I don't listen to anyone. I don't listen to what my boss tells me to do. At the work, I break pretty much every single rule. I take my lunch breaks 10 minutes longer. I don't care. It doesn't matter because the only thing that's truly worth obeying is Allah. If you truly obey your boss, they'll just take advantage of you. Eventually. If you obey the society, you're just going to become a transgender gay pussy. The only thing left is Allah. And it's always been this way. But now it's blatantly obvious. Now, if you want a safe space where men can talk about these things, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, because everybody who subscribed to me, we are all Muslims and we are on a journey of self-improvement. If that's the brotherhood you want, subscribe to me. I'll be posting every day reminding you of what we are meant to be, not what the society tells us to be.